I mean, we're just not the number one podcast anymore.
Not according to that one billboard in LA.
I've been looking for that motherfucker. I've been driving for
You can't.
40, 50
Here's
minutes.
what you can't do. You can't call yourself the number one podcast like we've been doing forever. That's the end of the sentence.
Well, hold on a second. So here's what I'll say. The world's number one podcast. I feel like you can go about this in two ways. One is statistically, which
is fucking lame. That's the lamest way to measure anything.
100% with data and actual facts.
Fucking nerds.
But that technically, if you wanted to be a fucking number cruncher, Excel files down a row or columns or whatever, it would be Joe Rogan, right? So Rogan's got the biggest audience. Now, if you want to do it based on the sentiment of the people doing the podcast, then we're the number one podcast in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because we believe it is. So therefore, we are.
I do think we are the number one podcast in the world. And by the way, welcome back to Impaulsive, the number one podcast in the world. These are facts.
Right.
Sure, I'm a little biased. It's my podcast. But I wouldn't lie about something that isn't true.
You know, I embarrassingly thought we were actually the number one podcast. So I was talking to my friends, like, yeah, we're on the number one podcast. Because you do realize you're not actually the number one podcast.
No,
right?
what do you mean?
I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
What are you saying?
I'm all hands off on this one, bro.
Yeah, because
I feel like I'm walking into the lion's den.
well, I'm just confused as to.
I was wrong, and you guys are both right.
Got it.
Sorry, won't happen again.
Well said, Mike.
Yeah, man.